I know you got a saying, you know, that you always say, you know, acronym, you know, you use it as an acronym. T.G.I.F. What does that mean? You know what I mean? Why did you start it?
The grind is forever. The grind is forever. Honestly, I made it up. It was me and my homie J.O. in college. You know, we were rapping together. I was a communications major in journalism, so I had access to all these different studios and stuff. So I would you know, we'd go to the studio and we would try to mix and master our own songs. They always came out garbage though, but not the lyrics, but like just the quality of them. But they didn't stop us from dreaming. And one day, you know, I don't know if it was him that made it up or if it was me. I like to say it was me, but it was probably him. You know, my boy was from New York, got that swag, man. He just had that sauce. Like he had that New York accent, Timbs and sweats and all that all the time. Like he always said catchy stuff. And one of us came up with that saying, T.G.I.F, the grind is forever, and that was gonna be the name of our mixtape. Long story short, mixtape never came out. Never dropped. Just couldn't. We were young and didn't have money. Just couldn't find any studios or nothing like that. So, but it was something that I carried with me. You know, I've always had a passion to want to inspire people. I've always wanted people to live life better than what they thought they could live it. Because I was fortunate enough to have people do that for me. Like Coach Gasson, during my life. Coach Miller, when I was at Wartburg, he was my coach at Wartburg. He would always talk about stuff like, do it anyway. He'd be like, do it anyway, man. Who cares if you feel like it? Do it anyway. You gotta change the tape. You know, there's a tape in your mind telling you can't do it. You're tired. You don't want to continue to go on. You gotta change the tape and the positive stuff. And I guess like when you hear that kind of stuff and you have to go to, like when you want to be good, you have to go to practice. Like practice isn't optional. It gets beat into your head. So when I got into the real world and back to Waterloo, and I seen so many people just satisfied with living mediocre, satisfied with average, made something burn in me, dog. Like I remember reading a book that said, you know, if you want to be successful, you got to figure out what makes you cry, what makes you laugh, and what makes you angry, or something like that. And what makes me cry, not literally, but what makes me sad is people, you know, living life as if tomorrow's promised. You know? There's a lot of people with talent around this community that just wasted every day because they're focused on what I'm going to do this weekend instead of what is life going to look like 5 years from now. Right. And I just start thinking like that. What do I want my life to look like?
Is that component of understanding, like it's kind of like the marathon is that type of
marathon continues.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I rock with Nipsey.
Is that like? But he's been saying the grind is forever way before, you know what I mean, we knew about the, you know what I mean, that. So I just want to get that understood. Like he been saying the grind is forever so long, and I'm just trying to put it two and two together. Why he's saying the grind is forever? He don't want you to look at it, in my opinion, that, you know what I mean, you just focus on the present. You want people to focus on further down the line, you know what I mean? Couple of things that I noticed that you do, you know what I mean, you work out. You know what I mean? This is something that I see you do constantly. Like he's not just saying this stuff and then like he's not doing it himself.
Yeah. I work out because my dad has diabetes, my aunts have diabetes, my grandpa and my grandmother have diabetes. And they be like, it's hereditary. I'm like, don't stop at me. Nope. Stops here. Won't come down this generation. That part of the family tree, breaking that branch off. That mud can fall to the ground and die. It ain't coming over to me and my kids.
It's that type of mentality that helps with the story on why it makes sense. That's why I wanted to ask you the question is, we know a lot of times we see our family or we see our friends like drown into what is the norm, the cycle. You feel me?
Man.
So that's why I feel like that's why I'm glad that you're doing it. You feel me?
I just want to inspire people, man. To be honest, like the grind is forever started off as a selfish thing. It was something to motivate me. Because let's face it, like we're all human. I don't be wanting to go to work. I don't be wanting to work out sometimes. I don't be wanting to do other business things that I have going on. But it's not about what you want to do. It's about what you need to do in order to move forward. You know, and I can't have myself in the same position 5 years from, let alone 2 years from now. I can't have myself in the same position 2 years from now where I'm at currently. that can't be the case. And I've always heard that, you know, if you want to see somebody, if you want to know if someone's successful or not, have them show you their habits. Watch them day to day, because you are what your habits are. You know, if you want to be successful, you better be doing successful habits on a regular basis every day. If you don't have successful habits on a regular basis, then you don't want to be successful. It's not, because the world never gives you what you want. It gives you what you are.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a bum, the world's going to reward you with bum rewards. If you're successful, the world's going to give you successful rewards. And I don't mean successful like it's money. Success starts when you're broke. It's a mindset. That's all success is. Mm-hmm. All that money and all the glory and all the glamour and all that, that's the result of being successful.
Right.
That's just the result. Success starts, you know what I'm saying, like the pursuit of happiness. When you see the memes of Will Smith looking crazy, that's a real dude. He was successful when he was out on the streets. He wasn't successful when he became, you know, wearing a suit and all cleanly and making six figures and all that. He wasn't successful then. He was already successful before any of that happened. Those were just the results of his daily activities, daily thought process.
His built-in habits, you know what I mean? Like they say in the movie, he constantly was dressed now. You remember the thing got all messed up with the paint on him, and they was like, do he typically come in looking? No, normally he wearing a suit, because you know what I mean, it's that effectiveness of the continuing pattern of wanting to be successful. So it helps with when somebody does see you later on down and like they can vouch for you. They can understand your process. You know what I'm saying? So if a lot of times a lot of people get shunned and pushed away because you're not being per se consistent enough. You know what I'm saying? You have to push that. Man,
one of my mentors told me, you gotta go all in. You wanna be successful, go all in. And he told me, when was the last time you went to a vending machine and the candy bar was $1 and you put 50 cents in and the vending machine spat out half a candy bar?
That makes sense.
Never.
Makes sense.
Never gonna happen. You either put $1 in or you get nothing.
Right.
Settle for gum. Like if you go do 50 cents, you better go come out with some Smarties. You ain't get no candy bar. You're not getting no candy bar. That's real talk.
Boy,
so you gotta go all in, dog. Like whatever the vending machine is telling you to pay, that's what you gotta be willing to pay. Otherwise, you don't get anything. And that's how success is. If you put in 50%, it doesn't give you 30% of success. It gives you no success.
But how do you develop that mindset? Because it's not normal when you have habits, certain things that you do consistently. It's hard to break those.
Me, man.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking. That's what I'm asking you. I said, how do you develop those habits so other people can see how they can develop those habits for themselves?
For me, it all starts with a mindset. You know, like everything that I have right now in my life, like I got business mentors in my life now. I have, you know, amazing relationships. I got, you know, other things going on that I don't want to talk about because I keep things low key. You know what I mean? I got a lot of great things happening. But it came because I spoke them into existence. Before anybody ever told me that words were super powerful, I would tell myself things like, I would hop on Snapchat and people would think I was doing it for them. Super selfish. I was doing it for me. Just like when I made Forever Mackin', I was doing it for me so I can get myself motivated. And I would say, I'm ready for Monday. I'm excited for Monday. I'm going to grab Monday by the throat. And I would always say that. And it just became a point where, like on Sunday, I didn't even, you know, worry about Monday being the next day. I didn't worry about having to be at work the next day. It was part of my life. I'm like, well, Monday's here, the beginning of the race. I'm going to start making that bread again. I'm ready to run out the blocks and go get that paper. Like I was just excited for it. You know what I mean? But I tricked myself into thinking I actually loved Monday. And before I knew it, I did like it.
Yeah, because let's just say hypothetically, for a month's goal, if you know you want to establish this by the end of the month, I have to prepare myself weekly in order for my monthly goal to be completed. So I do that a lot too. Is okay, this month I want to make $500. Even though I know that's small, that's not the what I'm getting at. If I say I want to make $500 by the end of the month, I trick my mind into doing what I have to do through that process in order to reach that goal. But if I don't give myself these mental notes, I'm not preparing myself week by week on what I can accomplish.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got this Nike app, and I say, I'm going to run 10 miles this week. So each day, all right, I'm going to bust 2 miles today. I'm going to bust 3 miles today. So it's all about that mental preparedness of what I got to do in order for me to accomplish these certain things that I want to obtain in my life. So, you know what I mean? You know, sometimes you say, I'm only going to walk 5 laps today. No, I ain't stopping 5 laps. I'm going to do 6. You know what I mean? Because you have to play these mental checks with yourself in order to reach the heights that you want to get.
You're exactly right. And that's all I've ever done was, you know, like, business opportunities found me because I was reading personal growth books and I wanted to elevate. Like, my job doesn't start till 9 o'clock. For like 4 years straight, I would come in at 8. And I'm on salary, meaning that my money, I don't start making money till 9. But I'm also in sales. So if I come there at 8, one, I'm getting myself ready. I'm already got a head start before 9 o'clock hits. I've already put in some extra work, but it's like sports, or you know what I mean? You get that extra practice in, you come early, stay late, you're that much better than everybody else that's out there competing in the same sport. And that's how it is in life. Like, I would tell myself things like, I'm the best. Nobody can stop me. I'm coming for success. I'm going to grab success. It's not going to run away from me. And obviously I haven't made it yet, but I know that great things are going to happen in my life just because of what's entered into my life. It wasn't luck. Those things found me because I was ready for those things to find me. It was almost, you know, I got to give glory to God, because when I start making mindset shifts, He only gives you what you're ready for.
Right.
And so when I was ready for certain things, boom, gave it to me. Boom, gave it to me. Boom, gave it to me. When I wasn't ready, I just kept bumping my head against the wall.